6, that's our number for today. And no, we're not on Sesame Street. Thank you for joining me here at Money Mastery with Dee Dee. I'm Dee Dee Jones with Innovative Financial. Today's topic are the 6 stages, the 6 phases that people go through pretty predictably as they transition from their work life to retirement. It isn't, I'm work, and retire, and it's a one-off thing. If you're nearing retirement, you have enough life experience to know that nothing in life is like a light switch, just on and off. But you may not know about these different elements, and we're going to talk about them today so that you can plan for them, be ready, and be as prepared as you possibly can. So the first phase that I like to think about in retirement is that pre-retirement phase, that planning phase. I'm a financial advisor, so we plan for retirement all the time. This is a big part of our vocabulary as advisors helping folks, but there's a big emotional element to that too. When you're working, you've had the same routine for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You get up, you do your thing, you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you go to bed. Hopefully more exciting than that, but you gather my meaning. It's really a situation where you're doing the same thing on a very regular basis, and it's a big ingrained habit. So that's one of the things that's going to change as you move into retirement. The other part of the pre-retirement phase is we focus a lot on the money. I know, Dee Dee, you're a financial advisor. That's where you focus. Well, that's the part where I can help the most. That's where my skill set lies, but it isn't the only one. Helping folks understand what retirement can look like for them and really what they want it to look like is a big influencer in how we do the planning. And hopefully it's part of what you're doing. When you reach that point of retirement, what do you want your days to look like? Are you somebody who wants to golf 5 days a week? Are you worried you might be unhappy with retirement or bored or whatever? Those are things we look at in that retirement phase, the pre-retirement phase. Then there's the shortest phase of all, the day you pull the trigger. Smiles, handshakes, farewells, etc. It's a little bit like your wedding day. If you're married, you know that wedding day was interesting and fun, but really wasn't the change. The change is what your life looked like after that. So keeping with our wedding theme, the next phase that a lot of people experience is a honeymoon phase. I'm free, I'm ready, I'm available to do everything or anything that I wanted to do, indulge myself in whatever may come around. Maybe it's travel, hobbies, relatives. There's no set time frame, and different people experience in different ways, but it's sort of like binging on candy. Eventually you get filled up and you go, that's not as important to me. That honeymoon phase, while wonderful, definitely isn't a permanent condition, but it can set the tone for what's next. Now, the next phase doesn't happen to everybody, but it's the one phase that I think most people, as they're approaching retirement, fear. It's that disenchantment. If I retire, what then? What will I be? What will I do? The glitter has worn off, although who needs glitter? But people in this phase are going, all right, now I'm here. I've worked all these years. I've saved. What do I do next? It's a time for reflection. You could, some folks find it a real downer, but disenchantment can actually open the doors to opportunity, change, and a more refined vision of your retirement future. So when we're planning for retirement, we obviously look at the financial piece, the financial plan, creating a budget so that you kind of know where you need to stay, but also making sure you have a fun plan. And fun, again, is unique to you. Do you want to travel? Do you have hobbies you want to explore? Do you have family connections you want to invest in? Those are all great ways of planning around fun for your retirement. Another stage, and these don't always happen sequentially, is building a new identity. I've been doing this for close to 30 years. And back in the beginning, a lot of the men we worked with, when they retired, floundered. It was such a struggle for them because they had spent their whole lives with a single identity. I am a mid-level manager at ABC Corp. And that's who they are. You would go to a party, people go, oh, hi, what do you do? Well, this is what I do. And that was their whole identity. Interestingly, I've noticed anecdotally, no research here, that women don't at least then, didn't have the same struggles as they transitioned into retirement because society had forced them to change identities typically numerous times during their lives. They, went from single woman to married to working perhaps to mother to different careers. And so those women had more flexibility in their self-identity. My guess is as we have become more equal rights oriented, that we're going to see just as many women struggling with identity as they're trying to retire. But that story aside, it is important to decide who you are and what's important to you while you're in retirement. If you're not running your own company anymore or working someplace or doing a specific job, what is it that makes you you? How do you still feel useful? Who am I now? What's my purpose at this point? A little bit existential, I get it. But there's lots of different things you can explore to help answer that problem. As you're working through that, hopefully you're taking steps to stage 6, and that is moving on, settling into whatever routine you've decided works best for you, and exploring the opportunities that are now available to you that weren't available prior to your retirement. Can you invest in friends and family? Can you travel more? Maybe now is the time to downsize the house. Trying to downsize a house at the point of retirement could be way too much stress on you. And if you're married, very stressful on a partnership situation. Maybe wait a year or two before you do that downsize, or really plan ahead and do it ahead of time. But trying to do those two big life changes at the same time it sounds horrible to me. It might sound horrible to you too. So think about the timing of the changes that you want to make, but think and explore inside for you, the interior work, as some of my friends call it. What's important? What's going to make you excited to get up in the morning and feel like a valuable, useful person in the grand scheme of things, and just make you happy about life. It isn't all about money. If you've got questions about your retirement plans and how you're going to transition into retirement, we're here to help. You can always ask us a question here on Facebook or YouTube, or reach out to our company, Innovative Financial, and we are happy to help you. Have a lovely day, and thank you for joining us.